Ladies and gentlemen, we are backstage here at Monday Night Raw, and the main event of this evening, Kenny Omega and John Cena seem to have crossed paths. The pair are face to face right now. And with so much on the line here tonight, it seems if they want to get in a few moments to get in each other's face. And it seems if Kenny Omega specifically has quite a bit that he wants to say to the leader of the C Nation. For Kenny Omega, it is clear that he believes that he is going to come out on top here against John Cena here tonight, that he is the better athlete, that he is just above and beyond what John Cena can do in that ring. For Kenny Omega, in some ways, it's almost like a redemption arc for him from the loss of WrestleMania to becoming the next World Heavyweight Champion. He wants John Cena to kiss his chances goodbye, and we know what's going to follow from there. Well, classic from Kenny Omega, but John Cena with quite the opposite response. Cena not playing the game share that Omega wanted him to. He'll let his business in the ring do the speaking for him, and we will find out what that is later on tonight in our big time main event. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw, and already we've got a new unveiling underway for you, a brand new tag team debuting. Triple H told us that Re-Evolution was on the way here tonight, his new tag team for the future of wrestling, and here is the first man out, Austin Theory. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. One of the brightest, youngest, most talented upstarts there is in pro wrestling today. Triple H has struck the money on this one. Austin Theory has it all, and he is young. He is a young man with so much left to There's so much to accomplish in this business, it must be said. This is a guy that just has future written all over him. Star written almost across his head. It's a man who is destined for the spotlight, and Triple H can see that as well. Hence why you can tell that he has taken him under his tutelage here tonight. So Theory is one half of Re-Evolution, as Triple H put it. But who's the other half? Oh, yes! Absolute Ricky Starks! Triple H has hit the jackpot with this decision. He may be done in ring, but he sees the future. He sees what wrestling is in his eyes, and he sees it in these two men. And what an acquisition it is from Triple H, and what a pair of signings it is for Monday Night Raw as well. Ricky Starks, Austin Theory. That is big. That is big from the Cerebral Assassin. If he sees something in you, you already know that you have got a spark about you. But for Triple H to personally take these men under his wing and be willing to teach them to become the future of wrestling, this is going to be big. There's no other way of putting it. This is going to be incredibly big for these guys' careers, and for the legacy of Triple H as well, who stands at ringside with his new proteges. Cannot wait to see what these two men can deliver in this tag team matchup here. Triple H told us that Re-Evolution would be born. Oh, and as you heard in Ricky Starks' theme, the Revolution is televised, and it is taking place right here on Monday Night Raw. The game wasting no time in making an immediate impact with the team we see in front of us. Ricky Starks, now the legal man, and these two men already seem to be linking up quite well with one another. Look at Starks unloading away here. It is all about making an immediate impact on what is a stacked Monday Night Raw roster, and these two men have the charisma and the swagger within them to do that right from the off, and they are making an immediate impact in ring as well. Look out, fisherman suplex, beautifully connected from Starks, hooks the leg, hooks the arms together, but a kick out of two. Triple H will be up ringside there advising caution for these two guys, telling them, keep it calm, breathe, follow the game plan. Triple H has done almost everything there is to do in this business. And now he is going to display his decades of in-ring talent onto these two men. Bright, young athletes with years left to give in the business. Austin Theory tags back in. And Theory has a game plan in mind. He's going to go to the top rope here. Theory coming down with a big body splash. And a statement message is being sent to everyone who is watching, whoever that may be, are the talents on the Monday Night Raw roster. The Raw Tag Team Champions, War Machines themselves. It doesn't matter who you are. The future is standing in that ring. It's standing on the apron. And the man who is looking to guide them there is at ringside. And what a demonstration it has been thus far, has to be said, of the prowess of Austin Theory. Pummeling away in the turnbuckle there. Theory now bringing the man back up to a vertical basis in the corner here. Nice lariat. Rolls him out of the corner. Look at the agility and the athleticism on display by Austin Theory. The beginning of the end is feeling like it's on its way. The revolution started tonight. And it's going to be Ricky Starks to end it. Another beautiful neck breaker, spinebuster neck breaker combination there. Cover is made. Re-evolution has started in dominant fashion. Welcome to the WWE. Ricky Starks and Austin Theory. Triple H. He knows how to pick 'em. The future is looking bright. And the legacy of Triple H seems destined to carry on in these two men. Right now, folks, we're going to take it backstage where Shelton Benjamin and Carmelo Hayes of the Hurt Business are standing by. Carmelo Hayes wants to step in the ring with the ace himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi, next week on Monday Night Raw. That would be big. What about that could be between the newest member of the Hurt Business and the ace of the universe. We'll see what will come about from that, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, we were scheduled for a women's matchup between Mandy Rose and Thunder Rosa, but here comes Dakota Kai from behind the Rose. Dakota Kai, who unveiled a new leaf, assaulting Bianca Belair last week, and now she's turning her attention to Mandy Rose here. We wanted to know what this newfound attitude of Kai was, but she brushed Natalya aside last week and walked off. And now she's taking her anger, whatever it may be, once again out here, this time on Mandy Rose. Rose never saw the assault coming. Was looking forward to making a Monday Night Raw debut, but instead it's Dakota Kai who's sending a statement message here. Detonation kick on Mandy Rose. And the boos rain out for Dakota Kai and her actions. Rose is down and out on the ringside here, and Kai is going into the ring. Are we finally going to hear from Dakota Kai this evening? Microphone in hand. Is it time to understand why she made her decision? Oh, she hears the boos being let out. And she's almost inviting them along here, telling them to keep going. Dakota Kai is feeding off the negativity. But someone's come feeding for a bit of revenge. That's the theme of Bianca Belair. And here comes the EST, charging towards the ring, looking for payback for last week. Kai, though, bailing out of it. And by the time Bianca gets in the ring, Kai is long gone, hopping over the barricade and getting the hell out of here. And Bianca Belair, she ain't best pleased with that. Bianca's done with all the running. She wants to face Dakota Kai in this ring right now. Hang on just a moment. That's the theme of the Raw Women's Champion. And there she is. Rhea Ripley herself has made her way out. Ripley likes what she sees so far from these two women. And she's raising the stakes. A title match at Backlash for the winner of Kai and Belair next week. Bianca down! Dakota Kai saw the opportunity in from behind. Chiropractor once again to Belair for the second week running. She turned her back to focus on the champion, and Dakota Kai snuck in. Well, Kai has spoken, but it only seems to be in the interest of being Raw Women's Champion. She is looking for Rhea Ripley and the gold. And speaking of looking, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Lethal is backstage right now with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. And I have heard that he is looking to end his long-standing rivalry with The Miz. Lethal wants this over with permanently. Lethal versus Miz in 2 weeks' time in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That is what he's asking for. And Adam Pearce is all too glad to accept. But he is saying that whatever happens to Jay Lethal, he will be responsible for the outcome, especially if defeat falls on the way of Lethal. Well, that rivalry is finally about to be settled. 2 weeks' time on the go-home show to Backlash. Lethal and Miz, Falls Count Anywhere. That is going to be massive. That long-standing issue will finally come to a head, finally come to an end. But right now, moving on to what has already been such a fast-paced episode of Monday Night Raw, We're going to finally get some more wrestling on this show. And what a wrestling match we're in for. It is the Phenomenal One versus the Swiss Superman. It is AJ Styles versus Cesaro up next year on Raw. That is a big one. AJ Styles said he wanted to wrestle some of the best in the world. He wanted to compete against the very best that Monday Night Raw had to offer. And a number of weeks ago when he said that on draft night, Walter walked into frame. They stared each other down, but nothing was said. And it feels as if since then, AJ Styles might be on a quest to try and compete with the very best that there is. And maybe, just maybe, Walter is on that list for him. Whether or not that is the case, we will certainly be finding out, I feel, because once you've got the ire of Walter, you don't lose it. Not until you step into the ring with the ring general himself. But speaking of generals of that ring, one of the ultimate technicians within that ring, one of the finest in-ring athletes the world has ever seen, Cesaro steps towards the ring here on Monday Night Raw. Was it to be a WrestleMania for him and Bryan Danielson against War Machine? Bryan Danielson, in a week's time, has success waiting for him. If he wins next week, he will face Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash against the winner of John Cena and Kenny Omega in our main event here tonight. But as for his tag team partner, Cesaro and AJ Styles are about to step in the ring and give Kenny Omega and John Cena a run for their money in terms of not only match of the night, but maybe match of the week, match of the month. They are going to put it all on the line in that ring. Styles is ready for this fight. The bell rings and we are underway in this one, and immediately Styles coming out of the gate swinging at Cesaro. Cesaro comes up with some strikes of his own. No, it's a standing trade to get us going. Styles looking for the blitz already, and he nails it. Down goes Cesaro. So let's see what will happen in this contest as it progresses on here. What methods AJ Styles might have up his sleeve in order to combat the physical prowess that Cesaro inhabits. Styles, of course, has wrestled pretty much everyone there is to wrestle, pretty much every style there is to wrestle in his legendary Hall of Fame career here, not only in the WWE, but across the world as well. But Cesaro just always has something extra up his sleeve, and he demonstrates it there with a big crossbody taking down the Phenomenal One. Cover from Swiss himself, and it only gets two, but an early 2 count has to be said on AJ Styles in this one. Both men, of course, former world champions within the WWE. Both men former ECW champions, but AJ Styles a Grand Slam champion. Cesaro a Triple Crown champion. Styles has won everything he can within this business, but he still keeps on performing at the top of his game, still keeps on putting up the best matches that he can, and still keeps competing with the world's best. Oh, what a high-angle Tiger Bomb there by Cesaro, but it wasn't enough. AJ Styles with a kick out there. That is a different variation of an old-time move, Tiger Bomb, Liger Bomb, whatever you want to call it. Cesaro just finds new ways to mix it up. Nice dragon screw counter there, though, by AJ Styles. Big chops in the chest there. Styles coming back now. Hammerlock suplex. Again, talking about that variation. AJ Styles has got variation moves of his own. Styles this time, it is going to the top rope. AJ Styles, spiral tap. Beautiful from the veteran. Cover of Cesaro, but it's not enough. Cesaro kicks out of the count of 2 there, and this fight keeps raging on now. Styles on the apron, on the ropes, on a moonsault into a reverse DDT. Thing of beauty from the Phenomenal One. And I'll tell you what, if Walter is watching on backstage, he is certainly getting an idea of what AJ Styles brings to the table every time he steps in that ring. But Cesaro's doing the same. Wait a minute, what the hell is Cesaro doing? Look at the strength of this freakish athlete. Round and round went AJ Styles, but it's not enough. Absolutely just incredible offense from an incredible athlete. But still, AJ Styles keeps on fighting, and this fight keeps on brewing between these two amazing athletes. And it's Cesaro in the driver's seat now, and it's Cesaro with the opportunity to pick up the victory over AJ Styles. Styles has said he wants to fight the best that there is. Might he bite off more than he can chew here against Cesaro? Nice combination though by the Phenomenal One. Is he refining a sort of groove now in this contest? He might be looking for the tap out. The calf crusher is locked in here by AJ Styles in the middle of the ring. Cesaro a long way from freedom. A long way from escaping. He'll have to fight that if he wants to get out. And that is exactly what he does, elbowing his way out of that predicament. Look at that. Leg trap takeover there from Cesaro. And the opportunity presents itself again. Oh, beautiful slam. Follows through into the cover. Is it over with? Far from it. AJ Styles kicks out at 1. A very early kick out by the Phenomenal One. Beautiful chop in the chest there. Styles has Cesaro up against the rope and isn't afraid to use all of the ring to his advantage. Looks for it again and gets it again with a nice moonsault DDT. AJ Styles up on the high risk and no one home. Nothing but knees on that one. Cesaro calling him out of the air and launches him into the air. Uppercut. Is it over? Styles kicks out at 2 and Cesaro can't believe it. A move that has won him titles, a move that used to put people back on the shelf with a broken jaw. Wasn't enough to put away AJ Styles on this occasion. AJ kicks out and keeps fighting. Cesaro takes him to the outside, his frustration boiling over here, perhaps not being able to finish off AJ Styles, and he took too long with Styles on his shoulder. Styles making it pay for it there. Wait a minute. Wait, no, not on the floor! Styles clash on the outside! AJ Styles looking to send a definitive message that he is still one of the best in the world. Line it up. Phenomenal forearm to Cesaro. AJ Styles covers Cesaro and beats him. What a bout. But Styles emerges victorious over Cesaro. A truly fantastic bout, but someone has to give in the end, and it was Cesaro. And look who was watching on. Walter did have his eye on AJ Styles, but it doesn't seem as if it's anything more than that. Styles and Walter, their paths keep crossing. And next week on Monday Night Raw, some paths might meet their end, as it's Dakota Kai and Bianca Belair in a number 1 contenders match. And on top of that, Hiroshi Tanahashi will face Carmelo Hayes on the red brand. This time next week. That is then. This is now. This is main event time in Rosemont, Illinois. And John Cena has stepped out in front of the world. And what a main event it is going to be. Cena versus Omega, with the opportunity to get one step closer to Backlash on the line. The winner of this bout, ladies and gentlemen, will move on to Monday Night Raw next week, where they will meet the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. The winner of that bout will go to Backlash to face Roman Reigns for the world title. But who will it be in this dream match, you could call it, between two of the biggest names in all of wrestling? One of the most world-known names in John Cena, and one of the world's best in Kenny Omega. This is what wrestling is all about. And after stealing the show at WrestleMania in a dream match with Jeff Hardy, now Omega gets to do it again with John Cena. And let's not mince anything about it. The ovation for both men is strong tonight. Both men beloved by the crowd. I don't think they could pick a winner if you told them to, if you made them. They want to see both win. But only one can move on to next week. Only one can have the opportunity to face the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And you know for a fact that man is going to be watching very closely backstage indeed to watch these two men, to see which one of these two men is going to come out on top. Of course, the other question will be, is the World Heavyweight Champion watching? Reigns almost believed that there was no one on his level on Monday Night Raw anymore, that he had beaten everyone that there was to beat. But there are still three men gunning for that championship opportunity. At the end of tonight, there'll be two. Who will be eliminated from that? Will it be Cena or will it be Omega? We're about to find out because the bell rings and our main event here is underway. Omega and Cena, someone has to lose this bout, but who will it be? Let's find out as this contest gets underway. Standing and trading from the two men in the early goings. Cena gets in there with a clothesline, following through with it to take Omega down with him, swipes up the leg underneath there. And the now former United States champion, oh, double axe handle, no one home. Cena with a nice body blow there. Omega said he wins championships everywhere he goes, and that is certainly true. And it has been true in the WWE as well. Back-to-back King of the Ring winner, Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, ECW Television Champion. All that has eluded Kenny Omega. Oh, nice boot to the face there by Omega for a moment. Big knee! An early prelude almost to the V-trigger that he's known for delivering. Omega striking away and taking Cena down. Cover made by Omega in the early stage of this match. Only good for a count of one though on John Cena. The one crown that has eluded Omega thus far is a world title. Twice he has tried. Twice he has fallen in world championship matches. And he will not be looking to make it a third. Should he even make it to Backlash, because Cena is giving him a fight right now. Nice Michinoku driver there from John Cena, who has turned things around after that strike combination. He's almost looking to take some of the fight out of Kenny Omega right here, tiring down a little bit, chin lock being applied, but Omega just throwing him away and going back to that very combination to take Cena down. Off the ropes, leaping elbow drop into the chest, that huge chest of John Cena. Back to Omega. Oh! Drilled him with a knee! Cover! Count! Kick out! Omega relying a lot on the knee thus far to go into this contest. Look out here, Kataro Crusher! Cena in jeopardy right now, needs to turn things around. No collision with the referee. Wait! Omega's in! V-trigger! Cena kicks out at 2. Referee inadvertently getting in the way there, but it almost invited Kenny Omega to put this contest away. That's soon! And he is trying to put John Cena away now. Another cover! And another kick out. Omega has to ask in his mind now, what have I got to do? How do I put away John Cena? How do I save myself? Well, to put in too much effort almost to move on to next week to fight Bryan Danielson, and then they got a Backlash to beat Roman Reigns. The honest truth is, you've got to give 100% every week you're in the ring on Monday Night Raw, because you never know when the 3 count could go down on you, as it almost did on an Emerald Flosion from John Cena there. And that's just what happens when you're in the ring with Cena. You give him almost a lifeline to work with. And he finds his way back into the contest. And you do not want to give John Cena a lifeline, because the minute you do, you can almost guarantee that your opportunity of victory has slipped away from you. One of the most resilient athletes in wrestling history is John Cena. Oh, beautiful from the top. Leg drop, cover. Omega is still in it. But if Cena keeps coming up with big moves like that, you have to fear for Omega anyway. But unless he can turn things around with big moves of his own, like he just did with that knee, it is going to get tougher and tougher to overcome John Cena. And he might as well not even think about Bryan Danielson, or even further at Roman Reigns, if he can't do what is necessary to overcome John Cena. But he's given it everything he's got. Rise of the Terminator! And the crowd is loving absolutely every moment of this contest thus far. Omega's in the driving seat. Springboard dropkick takes Cena down. Look at, oh, beautiful! Snapdragon suplex. Cena never even had time to scout it or read it. And Omega calling out. Is he calling for the end of the contest in this one? Cena giving up his back, which is never wise against Kenny Omega. That could invite him to the one-winged angel. Not what Omega's looking for. Backs up. Running V-trigger. Is that going to be all in this one? Cena kicks out at 2. A sentence that has rung true throughout so much of his career. John Cena kicks out at 2, and he's up to his feet. That would have finished off so many athletes, but John Cena is unlike so many athletes. There's press now from Cena, taking Omega down. The offense keeps on unloading. Cena keeps on fighting. He never lets anyone down. He only wants to win. I alluded at the top of the show that he was going to let his actions in the ring do his talking for him, whereas Omega let his mouth run for it earlier, and Cena is doing exactly that right now. Fighting with everything he's got here against Omega. No matter what Omega is delivering, Cena is getting up to his feet, and he's still fighting. Ducks the closeout attempt, rebounds back, and turns Omega inside and out with a big-time clothesline. Cena, he sees the opportunity. Wind it up. 5-knuckle shuffle. Could it be Cena's moment? Is Cena gonna do it? Attitude adjustment. He got all of it. Cena hooks the leg. 2 and all. Omega kicks out. What a match. But what is it going to take to put away Kenny Omega in this one? Oh, Omega, he counters off the rope. Oh, my goodness. Springboard poison rana. Running V-trigger. And everything I said about John Cena just became the same for Kenny Omega. Death's Door to one-winged angel. Omega beats Cena. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Omega did what so many others have failed to do in their career. Kenny Omega beats John Cena in a fantastic main event, and here comes the man he will face next week. Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson next week will compete for the right to be the #1 contender to Roman Reigns' World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash. That is going to be huge. But there's that man again who interfered the last time Roman Reigns was in a WWE ring. That hooded figure standing on the apron. Whoever he may be, catching the attention of Omega and Danielson. Superman punch from Reigns onto Danielson. Omega never saw it. The distraction paid off. The Tribal Chief strikes on one of his 2 challengers. Omega stands over a fallen Danielson, and that man stands by his side. We will find out next week who is facing Reigns for the World Championship at Backlash. Danielson stands on his feet. Who stands victorious next week?